Woolfrog Friday subby.
Okay, I think this thing is on. Ayo, everybody! Wow, this mic sounds like it's way too far away from me. All right, ayo, everybody! I'm Braxton Wise. This is Third Coffee Studio. I hate my microphone today. Ayo, woo woo! Thank you very much for the resub. My microphone is crap. Just letting everyone know. Let me grab this other folder here. Is it? I don't know. It just... Maybe the compressor is messed up on my thing. I know I hear it different. We need to get you a better pair of headphones so you can hear these differences. Then you would be as annoyed as I am. Okay, if you say Beats Audio, I'm gonna laugh. At least name a brand that I would respect, like Sennheiser or what's that one, that Canadian one? Oh God. Woo woo. We need to have a talk. Hold on, I'm opening up my art projects folder. Am I still calling this Halloween ideas? And it's such a... Alright, here. Look. Look. There. Now you can see something. I may have to do this off stream. I'm just throwing that out there. I might have to do this off stream. Okay, I'm still working on my audio levels. I'm not used to these. I'm not used to these things. Okay, what are we doing today? We're working on... Should we do Gulaga? No, I want to do an outline, like a white trim in Ghoul of Rock. Where's my School of Rock thingy? I know I had a thing of this. Do I literally just have no, like, only one reference to this? Let me find it. Like, do I do this every single time or something? So it's black, white, red. Okay. Okay, Razer. I'm still not a real fan of Razer. But at least it's not AliExpress. I feel a little better. I don't like their management software. Like, I had so many problems with that. I remember so many nights where I was sitting there, middle of the night, trying to walk my friend through some kind of troubleshooting because of their Razer headphones too. You know what? He had these retractable cord headphones. And it was awful. The cord was just tangled into such tight little knots, you could never undo the thing. And I'm like, dude, this is insane. Their stuff sucks. He was also having issues with their management software. Razer has this software, what's it called? Synapse, unless they've changed it. Razer Synapse, it holds your settings for all your Razer products, and you have to, it's like some kind of way of DRMing your stuff from them, because it has to, I think it has to check online first before it even lets you use them or whatever. And it's been a long time. I used to play, in a little bit of backstory on this, I used to play Smite with said friend, and I had a little left-handed keyboard that I used for my Smite stuff, and it was a Razer. And that's where I had to deal with Razer stuff. And I was like, nope. That's it. I just noped. For keyboards, I go to Red Dragon these days. Although I have a Keychron, but it has awful battery. In fact, it has a swollen battery. The one that I have is a model that's known for this problem. I have to pull the battery out and disconnect it. So it also uses optical switches. There. Hold on. I now have to undo all the crap that I accidentally did. Always waiting for the keypad to get recognized. Okay, Ayo Strider. Welcome in. And this has this little thing has optical switches, which I don't recommend. They're fast because it's just you're just interrupting a beam of light, which is much faster than any mechanical switch would ever be able to do, except they're constantly emitting beams of light in the key well. That means that it's using power all the time. At least with mechanical switches, it only needs to close the circuit and send a pulse every time you press a key. But optical switches need power constantly. So it just eats up the battery. You'd have like 11 hours most out of it anyway when the battery didn't suck. It's a good keyboard. It's a low profile. There's speed switches. I like low profile switches, like short travel speed switches, but they really messed up the battery on this one. It's heartbreaking, especially because it was freaking pricey. Hold on, let me figure out what I'm gonna do with my watch. Am I gonna take my watch off? Well, we have a lot of emails. Do I want to remove my watch? I don't think so. We'll just sit back here at the edge and I have this thing. I crochet and knit, and I made like this little, like crocheted this little desktop pad, like a wrist cushion for my stuff. There. It's really just like a little placemat. but it does help. Okay. Oh, introducing my new third coffee brush. What layer are we on? Are we on the Jacques thing? Not. I mean, he's sort of not. He's not really done-ish, but we're gonna leave him for now because he's okay. Even though a little bit cross-eyed, we'll fix. He just needs a touch up here and there. I don't want him to come forward with more detail though. So we'll do the. Oh, we're gonna do School of Rock and let's see. And I'm going to demonstrate my brush here. My modification. So here's Jacques. And Froggy, that's done. Gulga. There. Alright. So I have changed this brush. You can see it moving. See how it kind of spins? If I make this brush larger. This is now like the new modification I added to my third coffee soft brush. I like it like this direction, straight up and down part, but the side to side of it, it was a bit skinny and it didn't have the same texture. And I wanted to have the same brush texture in both directions, or in any direction. So, cause it took me a while of experimenting with making that brush shape until I could get it to do, you know, brushy little ends like here with just a single stroke. So I wanted to be able to do this in both directions, and I was disappointed that I couldn't get it to do that. And then I figured out this little setting that makes it follow your stroke, and I'm including that in the default for when I upload this to my Gumroad account, which will be soon. New and improved. Here, and it's under angle, so if you want to change it, it's at 90 degrees to the line. So you can just do direction of pen, or any of these others if you like. If I do direction of pen, then it's taking in tilt. Like the direction it's tilting in. The one it's actually supposed to be though is 9 degrees at direction of line. There we go. And this also gives me like more even coverage too. Oh wait, did I sketch onto there? Yes, I did. Where's the... Oh, is that part of the main sketch? Okay. This is the idea. I think we're going to do that too. Let me get this off of here so I don't... It's on a poster one. Figure out which one. It's probably the last one I was doing, right? No. Really? Alright. That was a couple of streams ago. Literally the last one I touch. Right. I don't know if I'm gonna make the eraser that way though. Well, I have a smudge that I used the same pattern for this brush shape. So it's the same brush, it's just... Think of it this way, it's the same brush, but it's painting with transparency. instead of color. No, the smudge is painting with, well, I guess it's just smudging with that. Yeah, I was also wondering about the eraser, but that makes it difficult to visually identify from the others. But I still want to make it like a certain kind of, I want to make a custom eraser. Welcome back, Woo Woo. You had red switches. You don't like linear. By linear, is that the ones that click, that have a bump, or that don't? I forget. Oh yeah, they do have a bump, because you're saying you rest your finger on the keys, so you need like a high tensile key, right? Like a 45 gram or higher, something like that. I like really light action, so my fingers even just reaching to the keyboard and touching the F and J key where the home keys are, because I'm a touch typist, so I just feel for the bumps. I end up putting an F or a J at the beginning of a lot of my words, so if you see that in a chat, it's just because I have a really light action keyboard and I was just accidentally touching the home keys to center my hands up. That's a really common typo for me. Oh wait, I'm still... Alright, first of all, get onto the correct layer. Close that. Close Gulaga. We're working on Ghoul of Rock. And, also, how you doing today, Strider? There you go. Did I say hello? I don't know. I saw you. Lettering. Okay, because he's not done. Once this lettering is done, I move it behind him. I just got sidetracked because, of course I did. Alright, this is, I don't know how far I want to go. What is that? What is it doing? That's weird. Don't start some other problem, Clip Studio. Like, really. Alright, let's see about pressure opacity. I don't know if I want to go over stuff like this when we get real close. I can see that there are more problems with some of the lettering, although it's not going to be perfect because I did it all, you know, like hand lettered everything, so you know, some wonk is and should be expected. That's why we're going to kind of go back and forth here. I missed some spot here. Oh wait, that's paint. That's the lettering layer. Damn it, Braxton. Should we do that as a finishing layer? I don't know.
Garrett24601 asked me, if a frog sold tacos, what kind of frog would it be? A riveting taco vendor? Maybe a taqueria tree frog with a
Taqueria
knack for
tree?
hopping onto the perfect tortilla and serving up some froggy fresh flavors. Imagine a frog flipping tortillas and serving up guacamole like nobody's business. Hey, even frogs gotta hustle, right?
Froggy Fresh. What's up, Garrett? Welcome in. Next, welcome in. I'm looking for one that says BG. Did I not put this on a BG? There's a reference. And full disclosure, I did, in case this matters to anybody, I did trace this one. This is a tracing. In case that, like, diminishes me in anyone's eyes. Did I put the, This is weird, because it's in there. Did I put that in the... No. I'm looking for the white, the layer where I put this white fill in, but I don't see it. There. Oh, I just didn't label it. Okay. Taco Frog Friday. See, when you say it like that, it makes it sound like we're having frog tacos. I'm not sure how I feel about that. This is all white. Okay, so let's do this again. Oh, my brush is laggy. I forget sometimes I have to plug in my tablet. Okay. No, it's just frog. I don't know why it's not Taco Day. It's Frog Friday. I guess the mistake is adding taco into the whole Friday meme. That's where the confusion's coming from. Okay, let's go to... Except Garrett. Garrett came in with the whole taco thing. Maybe that's where that's from. Let's see. Good old Garrett. Let's see. Yeah, we did do a tracing. No, it doesn't show. It's because it's underneath everything. This is a side thing to the entire piece, and there was so much going on in it, and I would have to distort all of this anyway in order to get this to kind of fit in perspective, that I was like, nah, we're just going to trace that off. So that's what we did. The rendering is always the most important part, which I've lost my rendering layer. There we go. Yeah, there it is. It's way underneath there. Because I'll tell you what, the sketch is about, like, considering I almost completely obliterate my sketch when I paint, I'd say it's like maybe less than 10% of the painting. In fact, I usually rush through them. So if we're talking about like what takes more work, it's the rendering. What was I doing? Alright, we're back into this. Right, I need to find my... No, opacity's fine. So we need to find the right size again. Because I was just sort of going off on a tangent. I don't know. I don't think that qualifies as a tangent. Do we need that around everything? I think so. I don't want to make this too sharp though. And I also want to prevent myself from making corrections on this scale. I can see smudgy bits where I could have done better. But we're going to back off on that because this is secondary. Which is also again why I kind of did a tracing of it so it'll be faster. I'll grab that one. It's lest we capture a wayward pixel. I think this will pop better, although it's probably better for me to do some touch-ups on the black. I'm also trying to think about what needs to be my cutoff date for working on this piece. We're gonna finish it, of course, but I don't know like how far into November am I gonna let myself go. I feel like it's kind of necessary to do this during October, since it's sort of the goal. Oops, sorry about the spirals here. I feel like I do need to be more like deliberately messy. So it doesn't come forward too much. Wow, that was unexpected. What is that doing? Is that my stuff doing that? We'll be selective about what parts we deal with here. What is this freaking sound that they put in the music? Like, let's not have sounds like that, please. Those are bad sound choices. Right. This is still not like the nice edges that would be in the real poster. I just want this to read better. In fact, we should tone this one down. I want this all to be
Homo Teolosus asked me, what is that freaking sound they put in the music? Ah, the audacity of some musicians. It's probably some bizarre avant-garde experiment with sound. A mix of industrial clanks, electronic beeps, or maybe even a frog chorus trying to audition for a taco commercial. Makes you want to rip your hair out, doesn't it?
What?
Now, back to trying to get the secret formula.
Wow. Homo Teolosus, what's up? Welcome in. I like the way it pronounces it. I like the way the AI says your name. You know, I can actually make a model, a voice model, and then it would say, it would say these things with my voice, which I don't know if I can deal with that. That might be a little too much for me. This needs to be thicker, because this is when we're putting in the heaviness. And I'm just gonna eyeball everything. My stuff is doing weird stuff lately. Well, it seems like I'm always dealing with some kind of software problem. Weirdly, this thing just does not want to lay down color right here in these spots. We don't have a lot of available pixels right now, and so it's not liking us trying to do this, because it's having to decide which one to keep and which one to get rid of. It's not enjoying that process. We don't have a lot of pixels available for this. Maybe it's better to go in this direction. Yeah. Oof. Too much. Also, is that a thing? No, it's not a thing. We'll just fill that gap completely. Darn it, I'm not erasing. I should be erasing. You should be erasing. Oof. Brr. There. What color we have on it? I'll fill that space there. Try and clean that up a little bit. Oh, I'm really just missing. Not like it's getting cleaned up, I'm just overworking it, I think. There we go. I can't outline all of it, but we can at least do some marks here that indicate it. Which will have like a similar effect. There we go. That reads a little better, and then what I'm going to do is let's do a little test layer on top of that. First of all, this needs to go in front. So paint goes there. Before I forget, this one is dark gray, black color I was using for that. Don't do it, Braxton. There you go. If you paint on the wrong layer, I will kill you. He's supposed to have a pick in his hand. But at that distance, you're not going to see it. So he's holding a pick here at the same time. It needs to be in front, though. Alright, and I was going to do... test. So I was going to try to do like a rip. You know? Like torn flesh. Show like here. Like what if we did this? How do we do that? What if I wanted to read like it's all open? Like this. And I've never done stuff like this, although in the past when I did commissions, I was asked to do a lot of very distasteful commissions, but some of them had to do with like guts and this thing called vor, and I always said no to those things, but Oh my god, I hope that they don't do an automatic concept on that. Holy crap, I'm gonna have to turn that off. Well, no, I can't undo it now. Yuck. Well, let's just not talk about it. Maybe that'll just make it go away. They have this thing where you can let it like expand or expound upon things, you know, concepts, things that you're talking about, like maybe add context or something. I don't know how it works, but it's, yeah, we definitely don't need to explain that proclivity. Only that I always said no. Just make that clear. Also, what's our YouTube looking like? Yeah, we're good. So what if we do this? Does this read well? Like the side of his jaw open? I don't think so. Unless we do like bone. No, I don't think that's working. It's fine. It was just a passing idea. But here's one thing I want to do. I think I was using this nice dark blue. Alright, so I want to do a tie here that looks like a bat. It's still Halloween. Something like that. Okay, hold on. Oh, did I have that on the whole time? Or did I just do that for this? I hope I wasn't painting on the sketch layer. No. Kind of, but I was sort of ignoring this other stuff, not realizing. Okay, so what did he do? I thought he had... Yeah, alright, let's do this. There, just trying to fake this out real quick. This is all on the on the test layer, so I'd have to go back and redo a bunch of that. Which I don't want to do. The whole time I'm sitting here going, I need to not do this on the correction layer. But I'm still doing it. Yeah, it does kind of suck. Here, let's do this. We can make it all go away anyway if I want to. So we'll just do it. No guts, no glory. So say we all. Let's do... Does it not do that? I thought it had, That's strange. It shouldn't be opening up that key, the rotate key. Why is it doing that? Rotate does that. But why does shift go back to rotate? Yeah, see, shift does that. Alright, that's a little bit messed up. So maybe I have to figure out how to fix that. Because that shouldn't be. No, maybe it is. That must be... Okay, maybe if it's that R key, then where did I put the shift key? There it is. It's fine. I just had to remember. There. And now figure out where we were again. Oh, yuck. Alright, well that was a mistake too. Hopefully there's not a lot of mess on there to deal with. Was putting it on the test layer. No, we'll call it what we called it before. It's a chicken layer. Oh, coffee, nice. In fact, I have coffee here that I hadn't really even been drinking on. There we go. I have a Yeti. The magic of the Yeti is it stays fairly warm. Although I think nothing's perfect. They do, you know, they have those digital mugs, those electric ones. Chicken. There, it's a chicken layer. They have those electric ones, and I just don't know. Those are pretty expensive. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I could pay all that for a mug. Although it'd be nice for it to stay hot for a really long time. I sometimes can drink coffee very slowly. I'm a sipper. Okay, let's do... Damn it. I'm actually just avoiding doing yet another layer because I hate making layers. And the more of them I make, the more freaked out I get. I know it's weird, but it's a thing. All right. All right. There we go. I hate making layers. All right, you go straight this way. I'm fixing him a guitar neck. This needs to be darker. It's like some disgusting Pau Ferro fingerboard. I hate those things. If anyone's a fan of Pau Ferro, I will judge you harshly. Just letting you know that. Well, they do. The thing is, they do. I'm gonna look for another one. A USB-C mug. Although I invested in my Yeti mugs. I like my Yeti mugs. I say mugs because I wanted to get a pair. One for coffee, one for tea. Because I had one for coffee and I tried to drink tea out of it and no. It just doesn't work. You've got this this coffee flavor gets into like the gaskets and stuff on it. I think I'm making this guitar neck worse. Pretty much. That's what's going on here. We'll just go all the way across. That's much easier. There we go. Sort of an embarrassing guitar neck, but it'll be fine. If we do this, just to shape it. Whoops, nope. What am I doing? Turn that off, and do a little touch up. I wish I'd do with him. Do I really want to? I think this one had a kilt, but I'm just not into caring about kilts right now. I really just want to put some basic lines on him. He had a kilt of some kind. Was it like, do you have white, like, I want to say he was like wearing long johns or something underneath a kilt. I don't really want to bring up the reference again. What did he have? Yeah, it was some kind of a kilt, and he has his arms. Well, he's green now because he's a zombie. Yeah, fine. I'll do it. Let's grab some green, give him some see, pressure, opacity. as it comes around. Like, let's exaggerate it a little bit more. Just draw right over those. Or was it white? Darn it. Well, because YouTube is messing with me, there we go. I have to go to another thing. Where'd it go? There. It won't just let me listen to music for a bit. It's gotta kinda jump in and be like, are you sure you're still listening? Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Are you sure you're sure? Well, we realize you're in the middle of a stream, but... Are you really sure? No. There, I think that's good for the shadow. That's his other leg. He's wearing these Converse shoes. We'll just indicate something here. Maybe we'll leave it. Just leave some confusing lines. I think this was like gold. Keep leaving those lines on. This is gonna become like a full-on layer now. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have to do a lot of this off stream. What's it, the 24th? Yeah, we only have a few more streams. There. Let's see, that's guitar. Man, I did not render any of this. I'm very disappointed in myself. nondescript face in the background. I don't know, how fast can I render this? Well, we're not going to do a full render. That's not going to happen. We can at least try to describe them a little bit better. Which is, you know what, this gives me an opportunity to test out my new brush feature. Oh, wrong direction. Hmm. I should turn off the pressure opacity for that, I think. There we go. Now, what am I doing with this face? Hey lady, welcome in. This face is not looking great, but it's gonna be it's tiny anyway, so. These are just gonna be smudgy bits. I'm spending too much time on it. There, see, it's just a poster on the wall. Like, literally, no one's ever gonna zoom in to see that. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. We're working on I Was a Teenage Frankenstein. While I also chug some coffee. Thank you. We're sort of memeing some like School of Rock is now Ghoul of Rock. I'm gonna do a layer, I think, between them and between the Teenage Frankenstein and the background posters, and sort of bring down. In fact, why don't we do that right now? just to see. If I take, okay, let's pack that back up and let's make a save. Okay, he's in front. Desk. Okay, do I do one between him and... That put it in his folder, it did. Okay, let's try something. Like that. Of course, that gets between him. Okay, like this. It's been a while. Hey, no problem. Real life is always more important. What is this one? Uh-oh. It's eraser. Yeah, so this is the idea, is to do something like this and have like a general wall color back here, but we're gonna dim it down because he's in his room, right? And he's next to his game sphere, and his TV's playing. I don't know what games he's playing. And we've got our posters in the background. But this also helps light him up a bit more too. It obscures everything, and because his face is going to be lit up by the monitor. And so I think this helps isolate him in his desk up front. He's also going to have... Now, where was the sketch? For... There. This is still the beginning sketch, where I'm going to put a window over here on the right, and there just might be someone floating in the lake, and maybe, and then he's got a race car bed, because that's what I wanted when I was a kid, and he has his little fridge of Bolt Cola. We all did. Okay, so I remember seeing that when I was watching Silver Spoons. When he had that, like, little Ricky was like, it was the orangutan. He found that orangutan and brought it home. I guess it escaped from like a circus or something. And he brought this orangutan home and was hiding it in his bedroom. And he had this this race car bed, which was like amazing. I think Rick Schroeder's only like a year or two older than me. Oh my god, the arcade machines. No, the train going through the living room to the house is the amazing thing. So anyway, that's the plan for this. Let's jump back in. And oh, I'm sorry. I'm like turning the whole folder off and on. There. Okay, so that's where this is, and what we were working on. I was doing the posters. Poster. Gulaga. Alright, let's turn this off. And I need to find that. I do have my reference folder open though. So let's see. Did I take a reference for Galaga? I don't see anything. How did I draw that whole thing? Well, it's fine. Let's find something else. Galaga. Pardon my chugging noises. I know it's disgusting. Imbibing coffee like a fiend. Here. Can we see this? What is this one? I'm trying to find one that fits so I can make a drawing of it. Open image, a new tab. This is basically what I want, but I don't know if I have enough here. Right, we'll use this for now, and then I'll just drag this over. We'll use this for now. Hold on, can't figure out which window I want it on. And later on I'll just download it so I can have reference if we need it for longer, which I probably will. I really do need to save these things, and I don't. Take reference from Courage the Cowardly Dog. It has little dark themes. Oh yeah. Also, what's up? Kumar. I forget sometimes. I know you've been like 3 or 4 names. Alright. So, also, in case you didn't see, I'm gonna do like an evening layer here, like a dark, to kind of dim down everything in the background. Of course, not yet. Here, Galaga. Gulaga. Sketch. Okay, color. My stuff, I have to minimize what we got here. I'm cluttering my own space too much. I thought you were talking about coloring room environment. No. The I'm gonna be like giving his walls a color, but I'm also gonna give them like a shadow cast. And that's gonna be it. I'm just gonna sort of dim it down to push everything into the background. Either that, or I could pull down the saturation, but I just don't often like doing that. In this way, I can add a bit of color to the shadow, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being weird. That's always a possibility. Alright, so we are on, that's our color layer. What kind of green am I going to use? It's like a cream mint, sort of minty green. A little desaturated. Like there. A little darker. We'll do the bottom half of everything. I don't know if I should have the pressure opacity on or not. I probably should. It's tiny stuff like this is difficult anyway. It's probably, you know what? Probably better to just do one flat color, then overlay the other one on top of it. Right? Right. So pressure opacity off. And then what I'll do is I'll go back over it and color in this upper color by itself. Like, I'll overlay that. And I'm gonna do this amid constant self-reminders not to overdo it. Even though I'm probably still gonna overdo it. I really like the changes I made to this brush. I think this is giving me all the stuff that I had wanted when I originally made it and couldn't get it to do everything. I'll do it this way. There, this would be easier. Do I want to do a thing behind it? Yeah. It would need to be black, wouldn't it? So it's probably better to have a background. Right, let's do that. Sorry if I'm mumbling to myself. If that gets irritating, let me know. Although my head will explode, but it's up to you. How messy do you want this to get? They are, but these are just, and you're right, but they're only vectors for the moment. Eventually, I'll turn them off, and I'll just like hand draw a very light little like drop shadow on a couple of edges of each of them. So these won't be here anymore. Why is this? Alright, hold on. There. My hand was on the wrong buttons. So I have a vector on each one of them. Cool. Here. So what I'll do is I will very lightly sketch, you know, a little bit of a shadow right there, and then turn it off, which I need to do. But that means another layer, and I don't really want to do another layer right now. I'll lose track of everything if I don't. There. Let's grab. We will have to make another layer for the background color, unfortunately. Okay, that's not normal. Oh, right. Hold on. Go back and refer to... How do we do that with Jack Black's one? No, I remember. Here's what we did. Here's what I did. Not we. Me. Braxton White. So I did this one. Then we went to this one. And then we bucket filled that. Okay. And this won't get a drop shadow. At all. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll turn this one off. Turn that frame off. And then I'll come in and very lightly blur off this edge. Not really blur, but I'll, I'll mix a bit of paint in. Okay, this works. We can't see the color. Darn it, wrong. BG felt, and then let's turn that off so I can see my sketch again. And we're not gonna do the tiny ones like what we've got here on this one. Instead, I want to just do like one or two like enlarged ones. The way I have the sketch right here, there's just enough for a couple of big ones. What would be the best one? Like, I'm wanting to say, you know what? This image doesn't even have the entire thing. Hold on, what was that? There we go. Okay, hold on a second. I've got there. Okay, you mean like a heavier shadow under them and like tape and stuff at the corners? We could try that, but they're all very well placed. You know what I mean? It would be hard to sort of... I like it though. And they do look really neat and clean. I don't know how we would... here, I'll tell you what. Here's what we'll do. I'll do a test on this, and once I get these done, and then I'll try to maybe warp them or do like a little transform and kind of push them around to show wrinkles and spots. Yeah, it wouldn't be too much to show like a bit of warping. Like the edge of this goes in slightly, we just need to shove a little bit, maybe even not need to. But I could do another layer on top where I shade wrinkles into them. Yeah, I can also select them and tilt them and do a little manipulation to make them look like they're not perfectly hung. I was thinking of thumbtacks originally, but I think tape is bigger and bulkier, and I think that would what's up, Game Meon? Welcome in. I think tape would read better too. So I like that. It's gonna be some a lot of extra sort of manipulation here at the end. Alright, so what do I want to do with these? Here. That's what we're doing. I'm doing our base layer. Okay, that's what I was noticing too. The image that I got a minute ago is instead not the full Galaga thing. I want to get like one or two characters representative of the game. So I want the one that is our player. And then I want the one that is, I don't know, the bee, I think is a good one. I think it'd be easy. We're going for the low-hanging fruit. Okay, is that the kind, is that us, the white ship? Amazingly, they don't show the whole game. Weird screen captures. Open a new tab. No, it's still not helpful. It's just too freaking tiny. Okay, let me stretch the crap out of this screen and move that over. There. Alright, let's see if we can nail it down. We need... part of that's white too. Well, this isn't though. This is white. This is like light gray. So we'll use a white real quick. And we'll put one right here. We can do one in the corner. You know what? That's not going to work at all. I just changed my mind. Let's just turn this, let's put this back on and we'll just freehand this. Since it's not in our normal sketch thing. Pressure opacity. Now we could make them small. Then we wouldn't have to do quite as much. Right here. Hey, Siler. Props like what? How you doing, Siler? There. We're going to do a very rudimentary version of this. Tesla coils. Oh, like in his room. Off the frame. There. This is gonna be there. I did not leave myself much room to work. I could have done a much larger piece. And there's a little red cockpit here. Like that. Sorta. Okay, cool. Let's see. Can we do this nudge thing? There. Man, I like that tool. I don't use that enough. Do I have a button for that? No, I do not. Probably better that I don't. That'd be dangerous. Okay, what is that one? That is, right, because sketch is on above that. So now let's see what the rest of our... Well, you know what? Let's just ignore the sketch, and I'll just do this stuff. We'll just make some stuff. Let's try to make a bee. No, let's do this red one. No drawing necessary. See, painting doesn't even require drawing skills. Oh, that is not good. I think this is white or something. So here. And this weird little body. Little blue thing. This has got that, and then like that. Something like that. I like the whole Tesla coil thing stuff. I like that. That'd be neat to try and get in there. The amount of detail you're putting into this is admirable. I like where you're taking. Thank you. It requires some skills. I have seen many people who can't even draw a straight line. And you're doing minute details. I am doing a lot of minute details. I don't know why, but maybe it's just because I can't leave it alone. Well, this was going to be a full month project as well, so I really wanted to just put everything into it. If we do this, and then I'll that's going to pick up the color. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. Let's go to this here, lasso. We'll copy and paste this one to do how do we do that again? Do I copy before? I don't know. Let's see, what's that? Okay, copy. There, and then paste, and then grab, and that should just grab the no. There we go, like that. Because they're descending, they come down. So this one needs to be like up, above. Right. And then we'll do this green one. No, I want to do the B. Also, I want to put this down in there. That's merge. I don't want more layers. I mean, I'm still gonna have to make more layers, but kicking and screaming. Alright, so let's do this this bee. I think is interesting. It looks neat. It's like a I want to say like a light bulb. And here, then he's got the wings, this blue. Of course, these aren't pixelated like they should be, but you know, I have a feeling no one will care. Okay, no, don't do that. Grab this one. And I want to do like this. Is that YouTube messing with me? Is that the YouTube police? You know what this is like? It's like a fruit fly. I think it's YouTube messing with me. It's so quiet in here. Alright, hold on. It's very abrupt. It's a very abrupt end. Why is it doing this? Why is it doing this to me? Why is it doing this? Like, what in the hell, man? YouTube, what are you doing? It's not even the end of the song. Okay, this needs antennae or I don't know, arms. And then this needs like a little yellow bit. Yeah. Yeah, I likes it. I likes it. So let's do this one, and then we'll do the green yellow one, which is those are the the ones that like fall down and swoop down and start shooting at you. Like those are the dangerous ones. Those are the scary ones. And then they turn into the purple ones. Can't they come down and get you? I'm trying to remember. A little box on his shoulders. I'll grab this and it'll be here. Got like a little triangle head. Triangle head, triangle head. Gulaga monster, triangle head. What? Is the music, should the music be louder, or is it too loud? Not loud enough? Alright. And he's, a little bit of style. We'll render a little bit. Watch me while I render. That's the name of this stream. How's that? What if we just leave it like that? Oh no, it was that the music had ended abruptly. Do 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 do. This is all one layer. I had to mess this thing up. It's all one layer. There's no saving it now. We've done at least 128. Well, I'd probably erase this and then just copy and paste that. I know, I'm trying to make it sound dangerous. Hey, look, I need to make content. I'm just making content. There. Save. And UFO. Yeah. Close that. I know I downloaded a reference of this. Didn't I? Wow, I did not. What is wrong with me? It's like I have some kind of mental illness. Alright, well, let's look for another one. Wow, Braxton. Just wow. Alright, we don't need this one. What was it? UFO. Enemy unknown. And too small. Too small. Too small. So let's see if this does anything. Maybe. Oh. I don't like that. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. Can we just do... Well, there's nothing. Nothing we can do. Oh! Image new tab. Boom. Okay, give me one moment. We're gonna be BRB. I need a stretch break. Okay, alright, we're back. Let me remember to move this over. All right. Here we go. Let's do a background for this. First of all, we'll just start with the BG. Okay, and it's gonna be magic wand. Darn it. Frame. How's my signal? YouTube is saying that video is down. My stuff looks okay. My frame rate looks fine on my OBS readout. Alright, so... but it's done this in the past too. So I don't know yet. I'm gonna do like a light blue sky. I'm good? Okay. Let's see. Why can't I fill on that? Oh, because I'm on... Here, that's the one we want. Let's just add this stuff in while we've got it. Okay. I don't have the thing on. Pressure opacity. Maybe... I don't know, maybe I should use the airbrush instead. Yeah, airbrush is good, but it's not good for the bulk. I do this, and it needs like a bit of cloud white. Mixed in. And then something like this. Whoops. I don't want to do that. No. Let's leave. Okay, I think that's a good spot. So I also want this. So we can carve away. Stuff in the distance. No, not up there. No, it wouldn't be all the way up there. Hold on. Oh, come and get it. Oh, thank you. Good job. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Do this. Yeah, I was doing this too high up. Sometimes I'm paying attention to the wrong stuff. When I'm doing when I'm doing something like this. This does need to be lower though. I have this kind of low on the poster as well. There, a little bit better. Whoops. Don't do that. What are you doing? Add in like some gray. And this has like, I don't know, what's that? It's like a little dome thing. There, that's better. And then there's these sort of tentacled things, which we'll put in a bit. Well, no, it's background, foreground. We'll just put them in anyway. Okay. And just for a little bit of noise, and here we'll do a color layer on top. Coffee chug. Coffee ASMR. And we'll do something here. I don't know what. Let's turn on the sketch. I just want what? Like some kind of greenish, bluish. Just trying to find some kind of a medium. Okay, let's sketch out where we want this to be. We'll do it live. Here's its nose, its mouth. This is eye over here. Over here. I'm starting to see some of my sketch too. There's the eye over here. There's the new improved third coffee brush. Which will be soon available at my Gumroad. And if you don't know what Gumroad is, well, you're gonna find out. Alright, so what is this, like a... Let's map out these colors. It's like going this way. Let's turn off the background. There, well that makes a lot more sense. We'll deal with these later. Here. Put some mouth shadow in there. Maybe a bit of an orange. It's like a gold color. Oops. I kind of messed that up. Oh, this doesn't have the extra eye. Darn it. Oh, there you go. Alright, hold on. I like that much better. Oh, there you go. Here. Maybe I can fake this out. There we go. All right. Make this a little shinier. Ooh. Let's do this stuff. Whatever this stuff is. Tentacle stuff? Meh. What should they be? Something that, well, I don't know, light yellow. It's gonna clash with that one though. Like maybe a greenish gray. Yeah, like that. And we'll do, there's this weird twist. And but we can't really show a lot of that. It's got spike stuff too. The spike. Okay. Let's see if I turn off the sketch here to leave myself enough information. I feel like at some point I was probably painting on the wrong layer. No, I think I'm fine. Let's turn this pressure opacity on, that would be, or off, that would be better. I was just thinking, is that a YouTube pause? Oh, it will be. The moment you think of it, it will be. It's like, now that you mention it, Braxton. Here, let's do spike. That's definitely not the right direction, I think, but it's all we can do. And then another spike this way. And darkness. Turn pressure opacity back on. It's probably, I was hoping to round those off a little bit. I feel like I just sort of confused it a little bit more. There, we'll move that down. Well, I should have used this. I really like this tool, and yet for some reason I don't use this enough. Let's move this. Move too far with that one. I keep telling myself I'm not going to go too detailed, and then I go too detailed. Okay. I say that like I'm done messing with it. But I'm not. These little tentacle things in the background. All right. Okay, stop messing with the practice. All right, all right, all right, all right. Stop saying all right and not meaning that. I know. I'll mean it this time. I'll say it and I'll mean it. Here, let's at least do the background. Alright, clouds. Everything, there we go. Now we need the Enterprise. Oof. Here, let's do... Yeah. Good. I only messed up one time. There. Let's go to... this one. Why doth you not fill? Or color? Why dost thou not color? Are we soft locked? No, we are not. I'm gonna add extra letters onto things now. We weren't doing this before. It's opaque. It should be showing on top. It's on the right layer too. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is covering it up. This, I forgot, this is an opaque color. Right. See? Oof. What was that? I forgot that I was doing them all in one. They were all intertwined. Man, my fingers keep pressing on these keys for some weird reason. It's not my fault. I like to think it's holding on to this, like reaching forward with a tentacle. With a nose, with one of its nose tentacles. I'll do like a little facial texture. Okay. This is passable. Oh, sorry for the chug, but I have to chug the coffee. I'm sorry. I just, you can live vicariously through the coffee chug. Imagine that you yourself are chugging mass quantities of caffeine. Let's do this. That's what I wanted to do. Provide like a background for me to try and do these eyes as they come over. Well, and I don't know. It's not eyes. They're not eyes. It's just some kind of weird honeycomb thing. It's not small. The honeycomb is big. as they say. Welcome back, Woo Woo. Here comes Woo Woo to bring me back in. I was going off the rails. I don't like the way this, where that roots to. Okay. It doesn't have to be amazing. In a world where all posters are hand-drawn, all lettering on all posters is hand-drawn. Wow, we did I had very little progress today. Are we gonna do extra streams? We just have 1, 2, 3, 4, and there will be a Halloween night stream. Yeah, all I have to do, we'll work into November. No, 3. Still 3. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we have 4 streams left. I mean, after today we have 3. Yes, I did. Hold on. I was wondering why this was so unwhite. I'll put this on the actual background fill. Should I do it like that? It's terrible. In a world where one artist makes every hand-drawn lettered poster in the world, and says things on stream no one else can understand. We should just use a regular brush. The good brush. We'll just handwrite it. Oh, that's not good. It's all terrible. No poster would be this poorly poorly made. Here. Here, Braxton, you know how to make a capital K? There, that's better. That needs to be larger. Yeah. What am I doing? What's happening outside? Was that outside? Certainly not in the music. Did anyone hear that? Man, my neighbors are so freaking loud. It's just one family too on the block. They're those people that just live outside. Everything they do is on their front porch or out in their driveway. So the kids are running around, they're in and out of the house, cars back and forth. Always a car out front, noisily being worked on. Always. Like, man, do you guys really not understand what's going on right now? This could be bad for you. Okay. I think I obsessed over stupid crap long enough. There. Let's do this. Close that. We need to touch up Gulaga. I did notice. Oh, I noticed. Is this going to be erased? Erasure? It is. Okay. Let's turn off the sketch. We could get far more stylized. I don't know if that works. That's kind of stupid. Wow, Braxton. Way to screw everything up. Whew. Holy terrible drawings, Batman. Which one was that on? Alright. You asked for it. How far should I go with that? It does come up and over. Do I really need to care about this? No. This is completely unnecessary. I'm just making it worse. Okay, let's go to this and just turn that back on. Turn off the sketch layer. Where is that dark layer? I think that was done too. Save. He needs refinement, but there's not much else I can really do with him. He's kind of at the edge of my skill level on such a small little painting. I probably want to put in some actual lettering on that. Where was it? There. Meow. Save. And I guess that's it for now. Everyone have... Oh, there's one. Hold on. Don't have a good day yet. Everybody just hold on. No one's allowed to have a good day yet. Oh wait, woo, got it. Alright. Now you can have a good day. I'm out.